What's up, Buttercup? Welcome back to my channel. Today's original tag is punk on rock songs. Now, this is punk songs mainly with a couple of rock songs all about books. I did rock on metal songs and metal on rock songs, and this is going to be the third in the series of those original tags with song names regarding books. So let's jump right in with the first question. American Jesus by Black Flag, a fiction or non-fiction book about religion, and I'm going with Misquoting Jesus, the story behind who changed the Bible and why by Bart D. Ehrman. Pretty sure that's how you say his last name. I found this out from my husband, and we also watched a lot of Bart's great courses on the Bible, and I really enjoyed his writing, and I want to read all of his books in time. He has quite a few, so I'm slowly working my way through. Number 2, Last Caress by the Misfits, a book with extreme violence. I'm talking like extreme violence, and I gotta choose it, Dead Inside by Chandler Morrison. This is the most messed up book, most violent, most gory, most vile, disturbing, all of those types of descriptive words by Chandler Morrison. You know what I'm talking about, for those few that have read the book, because I said that I read it and it was good, like good in the sense of writing and satire and splatterpunk and all of that. Like, it's not good, but you get what I'm saying. Number 3, Ruby Soho by Rancid, a book about a bad relationship you loved or hated. As in, like, you're so amused by this really bad, stupid relationship that you kind of love it. That type of definition we're going for. And I'm gonna go with Verity by Colleen Hoover, hated Lowen and Jeremy. I wrote on Goodreads for my one sentence review, very short review. The book was so bad, it's average. And so I gave it 3 stars. And someone else got that vibe for them. It was so terrible that it's a 5-star book. And I don't know why that's such a vibe for Verity, but I understand. Like, I couldn't give it 5 stars. But it was so amusingly bad, especially them two. I had to give it 3 stars. It's an average. Average is 3 stars for me. But oh my god, don't do anything that they do. You want a good relationship? Don't be like Lowen and Jeremy. And then you'll be golden. Number 4. Last Dance by David Bowie, a book that has at least one dance scene in it. And I'm gonna go with Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. That's when, you know, they're at the ball. And, you know, we're talking about dance cards and are we gonna dance with who and who is interested or who's the wallflower. And, you know, we have a little dance with Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, and don't we love to see it. I really love the Matthew McFadden and Keira Knightley version. I think that they are the best. Don't come at me in the comments. Number 5, Gloria by Patti Smith, a fiction or non-fiction book about Catholicism, or there's mention of Catholicism in it. And I'm going to go with The Great Courses, The Early Middle Ages by Philip Deleiter. Sorry, Philip, I messed up your name. And I know you say it in the introduction to The Great Courses, but I watched this 2.5 years ago. It was great, okay? There was some talk about Catholicism, not even just some talk. There's a lot of talk about Catholicism because this is the early Middle Ages and it's a thing. Lust for Life by Iggy Pop, a novel that brought you a lot of joy a lot of happiness, just all the good feelings. And I'm going with Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. I still need to buy the book because I got it from the library, actually. Was very happy to see that the library carried it because it's so new. There was a long wait, honestly, so I forget how long it took. 3 weeks, a month, something like that. And I found this out on Goodreads recommendation. That's really the only time that Goodreads has recommended me a solid book so far. Big thumbs up. Thank you, Goodreads. I wouldn't have found it other than the suggestion from Goodreads. So I'm really glad that it did pop up and that I noticed it. Usually I just scroll. But I was excited by the cover, and then I was really excited by the summary, and then it was fantastical reading. It's a solid 5 out of 5 stars for me, and I'm excited for the next novel. I don't know when that's coming out, hopefully as soon as possible, but I really need to save up money or something like that to get the hardback. They don't have paperback, but I want the hardback. It needs to be on my shelf, like, no doubt. All of the books in that series, I don't know if it's going to be how many books are going to be in that series, but it needs to be on my bookshelf. Just saying, because it brings me joy. I love to see books about fairies, and it doesn't even need to be like in a city setting. It's just like they're normal. They just happen to be in your world, and it's a regular thing. I love those types of books. Not really seen a lot unless it's urban fantasy. That's why I mentioned urban fantasy. But I like to see it in like old-timey books because this is kind of like the early 1900s. And it's just a vibe. Number 7, Blister in the Sun by Violent Femmes, a novel set in a very hot climate. And I'm going with To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. It's set in Alabama. No thank you. It's hot and it's humid. And those two things do not mix with me personally. I'm not interested in hot and humid. I can deal with hot, and if it's slightly humid, that's fine. Can't really deal with hot and dry because that just messes up my skin and my breathing, and not interested. But I would actually choose hot and dry over hot and humid because my hair becomes really disgusting and you're just sweating all the time, and no, thank you. Not interested in being completely always sweaty, which I was in Virginia. No, it's not hot. It's not hot all the time, but during the summers, it's I don't like it. So I was glad to leave. Number 8, Don't Drag Me Down by Social Distortion, a book that brought you down because it was bad. Oopsie. Okay, I'm gonna go with The Wolfen by Whitley Strieber. My husband said it was a good book. I read it and it was 2 stars. Not the best writing. So when I give 2 stars, there was a good concept in there, but it did not work out. There was definitely a good concept, good idea, good story, but it fell flat for me, especially the ending. And it's not even a long book. I think it's about 300 pages. I'm trying to remember when it was published, like the 70s or 80s, something like that. I don't know other works by Whitley. Not like I would read more, honestly, because it was just not a good book. So usually when a book is a 1 or 2 star, I don't read other stuff of that author, and my husband hasn't read other stuff by that author, so he can't even vouch for him. I don't know where he got the recommendation for that book because maybe he was given that book, and that book is on his bookshelf, and I don't even know where it is. When we moved, we've lost some books, and I think that was one of the books we lost. It's somewhere in storage. I don't... It's gonna happen to come up whenever. I don't know. It's not a loss. That feels a little shady, but that's a little... It is. Okay. I was sad that it wasn't as good as I thought it would be, because I had a great premise. Lastly, number 9, we're gonna tag some people. We're gonna tag Adam Rodriguez. Of course we're going to tag Adam. We met because Adam found my first tag video about metal songs, and it had a few rock songs. And he's done the rock on metal song one, and so he's gonna do this one. Of course, I know you're gonna do. I know you're watching it. Why am I talking to you in like weird third person or whatever? I know you're on it. Now we're also going to tag Bookish Kaz. I hope you like punk and rock songs, or maybe if you don't, you just want to tag, go for it. And also, we're gonna tag Jonathan, because I know he listens to punk and rock and metal, and he's done all the other tags. So we're gonna go with Jonathan from Live Free, Live Rich. And if you want to do this tag, go for it. And you should tag me, mention me, so I can watch the video, because I'm gonna watch all your stuff. Everyone that I've tagged and people that I haven't tagged, but then they tag me. Like, I'm on you. I'm gonna watch that video. I'm probably gonna spam your comment section with enthusiasm. Thank you so much for watching my original tag, Punk On Rock Songs. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Go listen to some punk, some rock songs, some metal songs to relax you, or maybe pump you up. I don't know. Depending on my mood, I'm relaxed or I get pumped up, depending on just whatever's happening in my life. Right now, I'm gonna go listen to some Social Distortion and Violent Femmes, and maybe some Patti Smith as well, to just chillax. Chill, relax, chillax. I don't know why I described what chillax means, but I have heard people be like, what are you talking about? Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.